And so
Okay,
now
now,
we're
now we're
recording.
recording, so now we can.
Ridiculous. Anyway, how's it going? Oh, this is Tea with Chi, y'all. Hi,
Oh,
how
tea
are
with
you?
tea.
Get your little tea, have a little sip, sit down, listen to us bullshit for God knows how long. Oh, yes, I got some water here. I'll do that. Who will know? Nobody would know.
Nobody would know.
It didn't
Piping
even
hot
sound
tea.
good. um, how you been? What's up?
I've been really good. Um, yeah, I've been good. I've been really busy. School and then work and then dating.
Hey,
Um, that's been going really well. So yeah,
cool.
getting back
I
into my
mean, good for you.
yoga. Yeah. My EBT finally got filled. I had to fill out some form. So I
Mhm.
went to the grocery store this morning, got a bunch of shit. That was great.
Nice, nice.
Um,
You
yeah.
basically had to like reapply in a sense and like show your income again or something.
Yeah, which is really cool because it was just like show income for like what you made like last March. And I'm like, I didn't make shit last March. So it's
Yeah,
super easy.
exactly.
What about you?
Yeah,
What's
they
been up?
just not much. I've just been kind of working and stuff. Today's my Saturday. It's Monday, but it's my Saturday.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so that feels good. I have a crazy
What's up?
story. Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
Alrighty. So the other day, um, I had a guest come into the hotel that I work at. And actually, she came to the window and I asked her if she wanted to come inside because I saw she was very skinny and it was windy outside and she had a tank top on. So I was like, do you want to come inside, even though our lobby was closed?
Hmm.
So she comes inside and then I start helping her out. And she gets upset about the deposit, basically. So we have security deposit. Not all hotels take a security deposit, but we do, and it's $100 if you do it on a card, or 200 if you want to do it cash.
Sure.
And so I let her know about it. And I said, well, she had a card that did not have a chip on it, and we're not allowed to take cards without a chip.
Hmm.
So I said, I wouldn't be able to accept your card because it doesn't have your name on it and there's no chip on it. But what we could do for you, I called my manager too, because I was like, hey, like, can we offer her free cancellation? Because, um,
Sure.
she, I don't think she has enough money for the 200 cash deposit and all this.
Yeah.
Or I don't want it to be an inconvenience to her. So my manager goes, yeah, just offer her, free cancellation. That's fine. Because she was going to be by herself or whatever. And so I offered her free cancellation. I told her, you could either do the cash deposit of $200, or if you would like, you can call your third party company that you booked with, and they'll contact me, and I'll go ahead and approve your free cancellation because management said that was fine.
Okay.
And she flips a coin real quick. And I was so shocked. I was like, what just happened? Like, and
She
I
what?
literally, she flipped a coin. Like, she just like snapped
Oh, okay. I thought you meant she literally like flipped a coin. I'm like, what is this
this.
Two-Face shit? Like,
Well, yeah, she became real two-faced real quick. But no, it was so crazy. So she goes, this isn't even a nice hotel. And I was like, uh, okay. Like, I'm like, I'm sorry. That's just like our policy. I can't check anyone in without a deposit. And I said, but she goes, so what are my other options? I said, just that,
go
you could
somewhere
either get the
else.
the cash deposit, or we can approve the free cancellation for you with a full refund. And she was like, I'm not canceling right now. I'm not canceling anything. I'm telling you right now, I'm not canceling. I was like, whoa, okay. Like, she really flipped.
Yeah.
And then she leaves and gets her money and then comes back with $200 cash. And at that point, um, the housekeeping manager is standing right next to me. She came in to do some work. This lady
Okay.
came in, and this lady was just rude. Like she was just going off on me and saying, I'm being treated like a child and I'm 40 years old and this and that. And she was saying all this bunch of stuff. And I was like, we treat everybody like this, like,
Yeah.
as in, we're not picking on you. You're not like special
Yeah.
in that sense. It's a policy
It's a
for everybody,
policy. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so she starts going off, like she's telling me, excuse me, you shouldn't even be responding to me. Like, okay, so you're just gonna talk shit to me for what, 10 minutes and I'm gonna sit here and take it. And
Taking notes and shit.
yeah, I was like, okay, like it doesn't do anything for anybody, getting mad
No.
at me while I'm doing my job doesn't do anything for you, doesn't do
Yeah.
anything for me, and all you are doing is bitching.
Being an
Like,
asshole. Yeah.
you're
I
being
love
an
that too.
asshole.
That's my favorite thing, and it's like it's a very typical parent argument, but people use it all the time anyway, where it's like, don't talk back. It's like, well, that's how conversation works, you fucking idiot. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
What, like you're
exactly.
just it's not an open mic, like
Exactly. So she's telling me I shouldn't be responsible. I'm very rude and unprofessional. She's trying to get me fired. Okay. So this
good luck.
morning, and I told her, I said, look, I am not concerned. They are videotaping and doing audio record of everything. So
Yeah.
my managers can look at that. And she goes, that's exactly what I was going to remind you. They're auditing us right now and they're videotaping us. And I was like, okay. And she goes, and you know what? I'm going to start recording too. I said, go ahead. Actually, I'm going to note it in my email for management. That way they know when to back at the footage. And I did.
Ooh.
And I called my manager as that was happening, like right after she had left. And Dolores was still there, the housekeeping manager. She was still there. And I was on the phone with my manager.
Okay.
And Dolores was just backing me up. She was like,
Sure.
yeah, that lady was really rude. I mean, there was a witness there the whole time, and then there's camera footage of everything.
Yeah.
So she emailed that night. She called corporate, emailed, Nicole or something. She emailed somebody, and she did this whole email. This morning, my boss called me, and she read it out to me. And she blatantly lied. She said that I greeted her without a mask. I never do that. Like, I don't come into contact with someone without a mask. Yeah. And I'm thinking, like, girl, there's footage. Like, why are you lying? But her whole email was a lie. She was saying that I did not greet her, that I was rude and standoffish since the beginning. I'm not, me, I'm not even that way,
No.
Yeah. So, and the thing is my bosses know, and everybody that works with me knows that, like, they literally say I'm the most patient person that works there, because I listen to a lot of people's shit, and most of the time I get them to switch over, and then they'll just be like, oh yeah. I'm like, I understand, because I empathize with them. I understand it's very frustrating for you. It's frustrating for me because I know you're not comfortable right now. That's what I always tell them. And it's true. Like, I don't like that. Like, it makes
that's
me
disarming.
anxious.
Like when someone's giving you shit and then you're just nice back to them and they're like, oh yeah, okay. Like most of the time, unless they're a real psycho, and then they will just barrel on through.
And she was a real psycho.
Yeah.
So they looked at the footage yesterday. They watched everything. And they were like, yeah, you did nothing wrong, you were fine. And they talked, I guess one of the other managers called her and said, because she was trying to get a discount, I guess. So they called her back and basically said, well, we reviewed the footage. Our staff was very helpful in offering you free cancellation. They did nothing wrong, and you will not be getting a discount. And because you were offered free cancellation and then decided to stay anyway, like, my manager basically said, that's your problem.
Yeah.
So I had my, like, first real Karen experience. That was really bizarre. I mean, it was so crazy because I'm sitting there thinking, like, am I being crazy? Like, I think I'm being nice. And she was still being a bitch.
How old was she?
40.
White, I'm guessing?
No, she was a skinny little tiny Latina.
Oh.
Little bougie Latina.
Interesting. Oh, bougie.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's why.
She started recording. She took my name. I gave her corporate. I said, "You want corporate number? Okay, I'll get that for you." I'm like, and I still stayed very helpful the whole time she was being an asshole.
Sure.
Like I gave, because I said something to her. I was like, "Well, we treat everybody like that," and she blew off. And then she kept talking, and she's like, "You're speaking to a manager right now." I was like, I wasn't even like really having a conversation with her. She was just kind of going off on me.
Yeah.
And I said to her, I said, "If you're a manager, then you would understand I'm doing my job." She goes,
Yeah.
"Excuse me?" She just keeps going off. I was like,
Jeez.
what? This lady needed meds. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, and then what else was it? She said something else that was really bizarre. Oh yeah. Cause then she was still being rude, and she kept saying, "You should not be talking back to me, this and that." And I said, "So I'm just gonna let you like sit here and snap at me the whole time?"
Yeah.
Like, I don't think, yeah, I'm a human, dude. Like, I know it's
Yeah.
customer service, but I'm a human. You should treat me with respect. I haven't disrespected you. Period.
Yeah. Period.
So yeah.
It's wild when people just like, just assume that the rules don't apply to them. They're like, yeah, but come on, it's me though. And it's like, I don't fucking know you. Like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
like
Like, you're just a person. Like, you have to engage with the world as it is. You can't just be like,
do
it'll
do
move.
what everyone else is
Yeah, yeah,
doing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, was very crazy. So I've been thinking about that. That's pretty funny. But like, I mean, like I said, I wasn't concerned because I already knew everything was being recorded. I know I'm being recorded at all times. So I stay right. You know what I mean? I don't do
Yeah, of
anything stupid.
course. Yeah.
Um, so yeah. Welcome to my world.
That's wild.
Crazy. So crazy, dude. It just really blows my mind. And the fact that like she would just blatantly lie about things when
Just
there's
digging for
evidence.
something. Yeah. It's
There's
crazy.
total evidence. Um, and then she was saying something about how she was going through a domestic abuse, a divorce, and that I was so hostile when
Well,
she
there you go.
arrived.
So it's displacement.
Uh, Maybe if that's even true,
If that's even true. Yeah. Who
right?
knows?
But yeah, I just thought, I'm like, damn, that lady must be pretty miserable.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
she's got to be going through something.
whether that's true or not, yeah, she's going through something, and that's what she's displacing something,
Hmm.
But
I actually said something to someone that same day earlier in the day because they were going off on me. I had just arrived at work. I didn't even know what was going on. She
yeah,
hadn't even interacted with me. She was interacting with the coworker that was there before. And she started like kind of talking smack to me. And I was like, uh, I said, "Ma'am, I'm so sorry that you don't have a room right now.
yeah,
Like, I came in and I have no idea what's going on. I wasn't here. I'm like, I wish I could help you, but I am just as frustrated as you are right now. I really am." And she
hmm.
just like got quiet. She stopped talking shit to me. And I was like, no, dude, like, you're not gonna talk shit to me when I just got here. Like, I literally
That's
just
wild.
got here.
Yeah,
That doesn't make sense. And like you said, I guess it is displacement, of anger. People just get angry. And then the thing is look, that lady had been there since 1:30. Check-in is until 3 o'clock anyway.
yeah,
What are you doing there at 1:30?
yeah,
Girl, go take your kids, go to the beach for an hour and a half.
yeah, yeah, and it's just, and I guess we're all guilty of it sometimes. Like, you got to catch yourself though. Like, okay, so here's something. So this weekend, I was supposed to go to a comedy show with this girl. And it was like, I was really excited. Never been to the Hollywood Improv before. It was like $50 for the 2 tickets. I'm like, this is gonna be great. Day of the show, she goes, "Oh, I just looked at it, and you have to be fully vaccinated in Pruitt to get into this
Oh,
show." And she was like, "And I've only had one dose of the vaccine so far." And I was like, "Fuck!" And I'm like, I'm wanting to get mad at her. I'm wanting to get mad at the venue. And then I'm like, I go to the tickets. I'm like, I'm gonna get my tickets back. And I look back at it, and it clearly says on the information on the website,
non-refundable.
fully vaccinated show, non-refundable. And I'm like, well, that's on me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I made assumptions, and I didn't look clearly. And it's like, so I can't get mad. Like,
Exactly.
just let it
Like,
go.
that's what, our managers say a lot of the time is like, And some people take that very well. They're like, oh, I didn't notice that. They will take the blow.
Yeah.
A lot of people try to fight it when it very clearly usually says on places, you got to read the fine print, bro.
Yeah,
Or you
you
just got
gotta
to look
just
at the
pay
info.
attention. Yeah, you just gotta
Just
focus, you
read.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that shit a lot in school too, where it's like it'll say something clearly on the syllabus, and then everyone acts all surprised, and it's like, yo, it's posted here for you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta engage. And again, it kind of brings us back to that idea of meditation, where it's really useful just being able to cultivate focus, because it's insane how much, whether in conversation or anything, you'll be doing something and then you just mentally go somewhere
Right.
and you just kind of start skimming through, you're in a rush or whatever, and it's like, take the time to do things all the way, to do things properly.
Yeah, definitely. It is very important. I mean, and the thing is like, it's you against you.
Exactly.
No
Yeah.
one did that to you, you know?
Yeah, you're just making your own life more difficult, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you do that, then you want to have a tantrum in the world, and it's
Take
like,
it off. Yeah,
yeah,
take it out on everybody. And
the world's gonna fuck up your day bad
that's the
enough.
cycle.
You don't need to
Mm-hmm.
fuck up your day extra, you know. So it's like, get out your own way, and then you can dance with whatever the world throws at you. But
True.
if you're not even doing that, then it's like, well, what do you expect, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Life's crazy. Did you finish Big Mouth already? You finished
Yeah, I
Big
told
Mouth
you,
a while ago.
I kind of binged that.
Oh, that's right. You binged it. True, true, true.
True, true, true.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't really been watching much. I've been kind of getting caught into things. I've been having a really good time the last like, I guess, week or so. I was kind of on a low point for a little while, where I was just the usual depression shit and just feeling unmotivated and stuff, but came out the other side of that as always, and just kind of like, okay, cool, feeling good
It
now,
happens.
getting some momentum. Yeah, exactly. It's just like momentum stops, and then you're like, oh god, this is all embarrassing.
Right.
Just chill, get momentum going again. um I also, something that's stuck with me a lot recently is in Midnight Gospel, in like,
Mm-hmm.
I think the second episode, there's this one where he talks to someone and they're talking a lot about death and different things. And one of the things they said was that they talked about intuition, and the guest said that every time she overrode that intuition, it went horribly wrong every single
Mm-hmm.
time. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yep.
Because I realize there's a lot of things where when I act intuitively, it goes well, and but then when I kind of try to take the reins, that's when it gets off. The example that comes to mind is like hooking up. Once hooking up has been initiated, I like it. It's fun. I think I'm pretty good at it because it's intuitive. You bring your energy, they bring their energy, you feed off their energy. You know, it's like contact improv or something. You know, literally,
Mm-hmm.
it is contact improv, and you just kind of
Literally.
vibe with their vibe and all that. What I'm not good at is initiating. I'll have spent the whole night having a great date with a girl. It'll all be going well. We'll be in my apartment, sitting on my bed, and I'm second guessing myself. I'm going, does she want to be here? Should I? What if I kiss her and she rejects me? As if she'd be sitting on my bed if she didn't want that. You know, where it's like,
Right.
she's giving all of the signals, and I'm still going, but maybe you misinterpreted those signals, dude. Maybe you should, again, because I'm not being intuitive. I'm trying to think it out, trying to be rational and kind of controlling and step by step.
Right.
It's like, just let go.
Just do it.
Yeah, and I'm like that with everything, man. Like, once I'm in the role of something, it's like, oh, this is fun. I like this. This is great. But starting stuff, oh my god, I always hesitate. Just do it. Yeah, exactly, Frankie.
Michael saw that. He said, yeah, exactly, Frankie. That's funny. But true, I mean, we don't follow our intuition too much, and it usually does go wrong. I mean, your subconscious knows a lot more, and we let our ego get in the way and try to control things, and it never works.
Yeah,
So
100%.
what are you looking for? His mandles.
Is what?
Mandles.
What's that?
Man sandals?
Man sandals?
Yes.
Are normal sandals not manly?
He said, are normal sandals not manly?
They just don't cut it for
He said they just don't cut it for me.
What are mandles? I have to see them.
What are mandals?
Mandals are just durable, manly sandals made of the toughest man materials.
Can you hear him?
Wait, so are they like Birkenstocks?
No, they're not like Birkenstocks. Here, show him a mandal.
Well, these are just normal sandals, but it's the brand and the material that makes them mandals. Arizona's, yes, very durable. Survive a storm or any desert, like, terrain.
Walking through a desert in a sandal.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Moses did it.
Moses did it.
I'm dead. I mean, you're not wrong.
He said, you're not wrong, babe.
I know.
The real life Carl Pilkington also. He just saw he was scrolling through your Instagram of our little thumbnails for the podcast. And he finally just saw the Ricky Gervais one.
Oh man.
He just saw that one. I was like, what? He's like, I didn't know he did this. I was like, yes. All of us as the characters. I gotta get that framed, the one that you did of us.
That one's too good.
That one's awesome.
Yeah.
And you get that one framed and a couple other ones. Buy some frames.
I gotta
might do that today.
Hey, you can get frames at the dollar store too.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. Or go to 99-cent store or maybe Ross. I like Ross.
Mm-hmm. Ross is great. They got good clothes.
So much fun. Yeah, they do. Got good. Sometimes their clothes are like brand clothes and shit.
Yeah, or if they're not, they'll like look like it, where it'll be like, it won't be Adidas sweatpants, but they'll be that style of jogger that everyone likes, So you're like,
right, true.
The worst thing is when it's an off-brand and they put the branding on somewhere where it's a symbol you don't recognize, but it's prominent. You're like, hide that shit. Like,
yeah, like nobody
wants no brand is fine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dude, like when I go shopping for clothes, it's kind of hard because it's not usually like the style I like. I really enjoy a lot of things will be cute, but then they have like a word on it, like love.
Yeah.
Or like peace. There's symbols and stuff like that. And I'm like, I just kind of like it plain. Like if it's print, it's print. Words.
They'll have images, and I'll be like, "This is a cool image," but again, they'll have a stupid word across it where it's like, "Oh, this is a cool T-shirt with like flowers and mushrooms or a biggie on it or like whatever it is." But then they'll put some word on it. I'm like, just take that shit off.
Exactly. Like nobody needs that.
Nobody needs that. I realized though, I don't have like any grown-up clothes.
What does that mean?
Like
grown-up clothes? Jeans?
I have I have 2 pairs of jeans, but one of them is a pair of skinny jeans with big holes in the knees, so that doesn't count. So I have 1 pair of jeans I can wear out, and I have 1 pair of chinos I can wear out, and then one
pair of what?
Like chinos. What
are those?
Like I guess like slacks, but they're not. Like that kind of where it's like pants.
Okay. Oh, like fancy pants? Fancy pants.
not fancy pants, but like more in the direction of fancy, So it's like they're not suit pants, but they're like in between suit pants and.
Do they have seams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not made out of denim. They're like, it's like what you'd wear with like a polo or something, So it's like in between casual and formal.
That's what I was kind of envisioning in my head. Okay. So.
But no, I have just like all informal, like sweatpants and sneakers and hoodies and shit. And I realized I need to get like some grown-up shoes.
Yeah,
a couple of different outfits.
I'm the same way. I have my work shoes, my sandals, and then I have some heels. I don't have anything to like wear out on like a casual day, And I really don't know what my style for shoe is when it comes to that. Like I don't really know what's so versatile to be able to go with my whole because I have my bell bottoms and then I have my jeans, so I want something that I could use with my bell bottoms and my jeans.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know what I have to go for in that sense. And you know what I was thinking are the flats, like the little they call them ballerina flats.
Oh yeah,
But
like Tom's almost.
kind of, yeah, like
Yeah.
that. But they're not comfortable, and they're not like something I could wear on like if I'm walking a lot during the day and look cute in.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It's all a shit show. I don't really know. I really want to like I have a lot of old clothes. Most of my clothes are hand-me-down clothes because, I'm a pole bitch. But now there are pretty cheap options and like
Yeah.
websites where you can really like buy some really cheap but cute and decent quality
Good
clothes,
looking. Yeah, you can kind of. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can dress yourself up a lot.
So now it's like I've been really thinking about how I want to do that because all my stuff is just so old and it's like I really don't enjoy wearing it out,
Yeah.
anymore. So and a lot of shit doesn't fit me because I'm fat now. So
I mean, other end of the spectrum, but yeah, I feel that,
Mhm.
especially with like grown up attire, because, um, if you're wearing like comfy clothes that just kind of hang off you, I'm like that. I can rock that being a skinny bitch, like heroin chic, whatever, baggy
Right.
t-shirt, hip hop. Uh,
Homeless.
but homeless, exactly. Homeless is in. Um, but uh, but like yeah, the more formal and kind of adult clothing, it begins to start being more tailored towards people who are in shape, you know
Yeah.
especially like suits and button ups and shit like that. Like, that shit doesn't look good. I look like Stephen Merchant.
I'm dead. But yeah, I mean, yeah, and I think some companies are trying to be more inclusive and like body types and stuff, which is good. But
Yeah,
still, like, I got wide ass shoulders. I had wide shoulders since I was born. Like, I have a broad back.
just came out
Okay.
jacked.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. And that's why sometimes it scares me to do, all these arm exercises and stuff because I'm like, buff. I would look like buff man. I
No,
mean, I don't know.
but you'll slim down too as you tone.
Yeah. So I've been doing some weights too. I got my little purple weights over here, right underneath that
Oh
table.
hell yeah, dude.
So I've been trying. I'm gonna do some more today.
I can't wait
But
to
yeah,
get
I
back to
mean,
that.
yeah, true with your injury, huh?
Yeah. Did I tell you I got an X-ray? I got my results back.
Yeah. And something was off or no?
No fracture or anything. So maybe I'll
Mhm.
go in for a CT scan to see what it is, specifically muscular wise. But
Probably
regard,
just misalignment.
yeah, it's just out of alignment then. So nothing's broken or anything like that they could tell from the X-ray. So I just need to see a chiropractor so they can put me in alignment, and then from there it's just PT to keep me in alignment and strengthen that.
Right. I mean, you would probably have to see a chiropractor like
Multiple times. I know.
often.
Yeah, it'll be that chiropractor and PT, but I think just to even like for the PT to even start being effective, I think I need the like to be in alignment first,
I agree.
and then go back to get it kind of put back every
You
once in a
gotta
while. But
you gotta figure out how to cover that because Medi-Cal won't cover a chiropractor.
probably, I mean, I'll just have to pay for it. Luckily, Medi-Cal does cover PT at the place that
Yeah, yeah.
I'm hooked up with, so that's good. But yeah, they're not going to cover a chiropractor.
It's so expensive. Yeah,
At
my
this point, I'm
treatment
like, I don't care.
plan.
I'll just bite the bullet. I don't give a fuck.
I know. My treatment plan, like what they like had for me was over $1,700.
Jesus.
And that's for like maybe 20 something adjustments.
I guess that's not bad. Because what are you looking at? Like 100 to 200
60.
per adjustment?
It's technically 60 per adjustment, but they give you kind of discounts off if you pay like all up front. Like if I were to pay all up front, it would be a little over 1,700. But if I were to like do monthly, it would add up. Basically, I would end up
Right, there'd
paying
be
over like
interest.
2,200.
Right.
So yeah, it's like if I really want to do that, then I don't know. I have to come up on some money
Yeah.
and somehow figure that out because I want to do it because it is uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable all the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if you have to do a payment plan and you have to pay the interest, it's
Yeah.
it's more doable than coming up on a big chunk of cash. So gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll figure it out. So Katana was being an asshole like the past week. She was going to the bathroom in the bathroom, just pissing.
I mean, at least she's trying.
She couldn't reach the toilet bowl. No, but she was
She missed it. She was drunk.
she then peed in the hallway. And she doesn't pee in the house. Like she is totally house trained. Like
Yeah.
she doesn't do this. So it was really weird for her to be doing this. So then we put her in the cage during the night because she started peeing during the night in the bathroom. And basically, I ran out of wet dog food.
Okay.
And so I was just giving her dry dog food, and she didn't eat. She didn't eat for
She's
3 days.
What's this shit? Yeah.
Yeah, she did not
Like,
eat
I
for
want
3 days.
that.
She maybe had like 4 pebbles one
Yeah.
day. And after that, she didn't eat. She started like really misbehaving, acting up. She was like tweaking out. Like she was just acting afraid of every little thing everywhere. And it was so bizarre. And I think it was a combination of things like um when you have a dog and you're correcting their behavior, you have to do really preventative care almost,
Yeah.
you have to prevent it for
From happening.
escalating.
Yeah.
And so Frankie doesn't really know how to do that. So
Yeah.
I would be away, at work, and then he kind of just wouldn't notice the things that she would be doing because we just kind of let her be about. But I realized that so what I did was I was getting concerned she wasn't eating, and then she was being very scared and eating from under the bed. It was just very weird behavior. Like she doesn't do this.
Yeah.
So I got her some rice, and I put some rice in her dog food, put some olive oil and some water, warmed it up, and
Okay.
I gave that to her. She was eating it under the bed, acting very scared for a while. And when I noticed, I made her come out, and I basically sat there and corrected her because she started fixating on the fridge because the fridge makes noises sometimes, and
Sure.
she totally freaks out. Like, and especially if you don't correct it, she'll just fixate all day on that. And like any noise that happens around her, she just freaks. So I think that was part of the issue too. She wasn't eating, the fridge was making noise, and we weren't preventing that behavior from escalating her fixation.
Yeah.
So then while she was eating, I would have to correct her not to fixate on the fridge because she would just keep staring at the fridge. So then I'd have to I kind of push her side so she loses her balance and then like gets distracted and then starts eating again. So then she ate her food. After that, I was like, well, I haven't been giving her a lot of affection and attention, and I'm her like main person, so I was kind of ignoring her the last few days. And just telling her, just get in your bed because she needed a bath anyway, and she was stinky. So I was like, I'm gonna bathe her on my day off or something. It's fine.
Sure.
But no, she got like kind of separation anxiety in a sense, and I guess that caused her to act up and go to the bathroom and inside. And it's very strange. I mean, dogs are really weird when it comes to those things, but
Sure.
I gave her food. I was on her very strictly with discipline, but then a lot of affection too.
Yeah.
And then now she's fine. She hasn't been peeing in the bathroom, and she's been acting calm and relaxed and submissive. And she's like back to normal. But it's weird, when you don't stay consistent on something, it just shows how much like of a difference it really makes. Yeah. It's crazy. It was weird. But at least I'm always able to like recognize the signs and bring her back, from that kind of state, because it's a bad state for like anybody to be in,
Yeah.
And she doesn't need to be doing all that. Chihuahuas are anxious as it is.
Yeah,
So
that's very true.
yeah. They feed off of everybody else's energy. So it was like I just had to keep my energy centered too when interacting
Which
with
is
her
good
too.
in a way that it like
It's practice.
yeah, exactly. It forces you to do that.
Exactly. Like I think that's the biggest thing when you have an animal and like if you do it Caesar's way, he's all about calm assertive, you know that.
Yeah.
And when you do channel that, it does make like so much difference, you know? And that's such good practice for you and like everything in life. So, yeah. So now she's that bitch again. Thank God. Now she needs a boyfriend. Can't find her fucking boyfriend. She needs babies.
Yes.
Yes.
So I can take one.
Bitch. Yes, but damn, you better get a new place that allows pets by then.
Fuck, I don't know when that's gonna be.
Did you get your credit card?
No. I know. I'll do it. I'm gonna do it.
When?
Today.
It doesn't take any
I'll do it
time.
today.
Okay.
I'll check
Because
back on
you
later and be like, I did it.
know you're just making it harder for yourself.
know,
You want
I
to
know.
get out of there. You need a car.
I do need a car, and the credit will help
Gotta-
with that, even if I'm buying used.
Exactly. Yeah, and especially if you want to move, you know, they're gonna check your credit.
Yeah, moving is realistically it's gonna be a while,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is
But
something
still,
that I medium
you
term.
can have that as a goal.
Exactly. Yeah, something to build for. You're right. I gotta do
Dude,
that.
yeah. That's how I guess that's how I kind of got my place. Like I just said, I need to, like, thought about it for a long time and I just followed the path that would lead me to getting a place on my own.
Yeah.
I was like, I want this, so I got to do all these things. It's a pain in the ass for sure, but it pays off.
It definitely is. I got to start looking into like where I want to go as well, because I don't really know. Not out of the valley. I want to get out of the valley.
Yeah, for sure.
But
definitely. Bitch, come down here.
I know.
Actually, you could literally go anywhere. But I mean, you would have, you know, us out
nice,
here.
Though. Yeah, exactly. And that too. It's always fun having people nearby. Yeah. But
true. Something to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, you know, another thing to get building.
And honestly, it's exciting. Like
it is.
Once you start seeing the little things pay off, you know.
Yeah. Right now it's weird to think about because my work schedule is fairly inconsistent. In June it'll really start to pick up where I'll pretty much be working every day, I think. And that'll bring some security because it's like, okay, and then moving that into the fall as well. Because then I'll know where I'll be able to predict my income. Whereas right now I'm like, I can give an estimated range of what my monthly income is going to be, and it's not enough, you know. So it's like I got to get that going, and then, you know, get another job.
Would you right? I was about to ask, would you be able to like get another job? Say something more like for example, I work at a hotel, I could transfer anywhere, kind of thing, you know, like one of those jobs where it's like steady.
That would be a good kind of job to get. I should look into that. I hadn't really thought about that. I definitely want to start working for the union again.
Right, yeah.
It pays pretty well, and I'm experienced, so I can get in.
Right.
But that one, it might be a while because it is very physical, and you have to be on your feet and pushing and lifting stuff all over the place for like a bunch of hours. So I don't want to do that while my neck's fucked up.
Right.
So in the meantime, yeah, something like a hotel gig that would be good to get something like that for the summer, especially.
Yeah, I mean, just something that's a little steady, and then, you know, it's possible, like, if say you have a teaching schedule, then to find a job that'll work around that teaching schedule.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the other way around. Or especially like say if you do want to move, that's the thing.
Shift, you know, because all the classes, it's when kids are out of school,
that
you know,
part
during the year anyway. So it has to be afternoon. So if I could do like a morning shift somewhere.
Yeah. Get some experience somewhere. That way when or if you do move, you can interview wherever, you know, you have experience in already.
And that is really why the car is the thing. Because working multiple jobs without a car
right
would be very difficult. Whereas if I have a car, you know, for instance, if I have a car, then doing night shifts becomes an option. Right now, night shifts is not an option because I don't want to spend 2 hours on the bus from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Like, it's exhausting and also sketchy, and it's just not.
Yeah, very sketchy.
It's not fun. So yeah, I just gotta I'm gonna do everything.
It's okay. It's not as bad as it seems.
It's really not. It never is. Actually, when you actually start, again, it's starting things that sucks. But once you get the ball rolling, it rolls, and you just gotta go with it.
Yeah. No, it's definitely fun and exciting, I think.
It is.
You know, because you got a lot of, honestly, options and possibilities.
Yeah.
Actually, you literally, if you really wanted to, you could pick up and go anywhere you want.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you don't have any ties anywhere.
But yeah, somewhat.
I mean, your school or whatever, but you can transfer.
School doesn't matter. Well, the one thing that sucks about transferring is that then I would have to wait a year for in-state tuition to kick in. More than that, it's really, I've got insurance here that works for me. Now, once I start making enough money that I don't qualify for Medi-Cal, maybe that benefit will start to be less. But right now, all that stuff, like, it's momentum, you know, it's a hassle.
Or you can always get a health insurance through a job.
A job. You don't say. Yeah, you're right.
So
I don't know though. Where do you go? Like, where would you go? I mean, if you, okay, let's say you wanted to move, where would you go? I know you're in love with California, so you're not gonna. But
anywhere, honestly, out of state, I would probably go to like Oregon.
Okay, why Oregon?
Because it's not as expensive as it is out here, but also it's beautiful.
True. Yeah.
It's gorgeous out there, from what I've seen and from what I've heard from people. They love it. And people that live in Oregon love living in Oregon. Yeah. Like, I've met some people, like, from there. They love it out there.
I mean, that whole kind of, you know, part of the country is generally very beautiful. I feel that way about Salt Lake.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want to go. I feel like moving somewhere I've already lived feels like moving backwards, even though it might not necessarily be. It might be a totally different kind of life. I don't know, but that's just a hang up I have where it still feels.
You gotta follow your intuition.
Exactly.
And if that's what it's telling you, then maybe that's not the place right now. But maybe eventually you'll say, "I do want to go back to Salt Lake," and then you will.
That's true.
I mean, we got years to live our shit out, you know.
True. Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to figure it all out.
What's your plan? Yeah. No, you just gotta go with it.
Yeah, definitely go with it.
Definitely long term, California is not the spot because it's just gonna get more and more expensive, and that it's just not sustainable. Whereas it would be better to get in somewhere, and also it's like, you know, you go somewhere like Oregon or, you know, like Portland or Salt Lake or somewhere like that where it's growing. It's like you buy property now, in 20 years, that property will be worth something. Good luck buying property anywhere in California, you know?
True.
You're going to be renting forever, and that means you're not building shit.
No. And then the best thing, you sell your house in Oregon, and then you go live with your savings in Mexico. You live the rest of your life out.
Go live in Thailand, like, I'm the king of this place. Yeah. That'd be the shit.
I mean, that's a cool, like, long-term dream, I guess I would have. Like, that would be the dream for me right now. I mean, of course, maybe that'll change, but
go live somewhere
I would
cheap,
love that.
Stockpile, make money, flip a house, and then go live somewhere even cheaper and just be like chilling. Yeah. Yep. For sure. Feel that.
That would be good. I think that's everyone's probably dream.
Yeah. I think I would want to, if I was going to do that though, I think I would want to go like north, not south. I think I would like to live somewhere.
Canada?
Like, maybe. Even though the cold is a pain in the ass. I don't know. I kind of like it, like the seasons.
True. Well, I have 2 houses. One in Canada, one in Mexico.
Oh, shit.
International bitch. Paid.
Like, and then this is my place in Milan, and then
I got one in Belize, and then the one in Italy too. Damn, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, but I'm gonna have all these houses everywhere. I'll be renting them out.
What's that? The J. Cole on the new one? Got more cribs and habitat for humanity. You're like, oh shit.
I gotta send you some music that I found recently. It's pretty good.
Yes.
Found some new songs, and
I was gonna say we also gotta start recording stuff. I've been writing a lot recently. Mm-hmm. Well, more.
Okay.
Because I kind of stopped for a while, but I've kind of started writing again. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's what I should be doing.
Yeah, do it.
Just to at least like stimulate my brain, you know, more than anything.
It's good, and it's an outlet, you know. It's you get things out, you know.
Yeah. It's expressive, like dancing. Well, I'm like, I gotta be creative. I really do.
Yeah. It's the shit.
Yeah. I mean, I have my guitar. I haven't played it in so long. I mean, I can though. Like the thing is like, if I look up chords to a song, I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that, and I could just like bust it out. So
yeah. But it's not being able to; it's doing it. You know.
Yeah, and then my mom too. My mom was like a genius, like a music genius. She could literally just hear a song and then just play it back.
By ear. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Why didn't I get that? I guess I didn't practice enough when I was younger.
Yeah.
Damn.
You're still good at music, though. You can still get into it and do stuff. Yeah.
I guess.
I guess. I have an amazing singing voice, and I'm good at writing lyrics, and I play guitar. But other than that,
I'd rather do covers for the rest of my life.
Covers are good too. It's all good.
Yeah. There's definitely a few songs I do need to learn on the guitar.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked up the freaking chords to that. And it's like, sometimes I wish, you know what? Have you been playing piano?
No, of course not. I give advice. I don't take it. But no, I need to play piano. And I feel the same where I want to know a couple of piano songs, like to be able to, ones that would be fun to like have people sing along at a party, like some Elton John, some Billy Joel, just like some, maybe some Queen, just like simple bangers that would be fun to get a whole bunch of drunk people around singing,
Yes.
That would be good. That's all I want from the piano. But I don't practice enough. It's been sitting there gathering dust for fucking years.
You should because I think that'll help you a lot with your music anyway, making more music and stuff.
Yeah, I need to, because the way I learned piano was song by song. So it was sight reading, and then you just do that till you get good at the song. But I never learned like memorized chords. So, so if you say like, oh, do a G chord and an A chord and a C chord, I'm like, it would take me a while to figure that out. Whereas if you just have those and you got them, then you can just improv and write music very easily.
Right. So yeah, learn your chords.
So I got to learn my chords so that I can do that. That'll definitely be helpful for like, making melodies to go on top of beats or whatever. But
yeah, I wish I would have learned how to read music.
Yeah.
That would have been helpful.
I guess, yeah. It depends on what you want to do, If you mostly want to do pop stuff, it's like, I guess it helps, but it's not really necessary,
True. True. And guitar, there's tablature.
Tabs.
Have you heard of that? Tabs. Yeah. So that's kind of like, sometimes though I get really confused on them because I don't know. I don't see it as chords in my like brain, I guess. Like when I'm reading it, I see it as individual notes,
That makes sense.
And then so it kind of will confuse me. But when it's tabs doing like classical pieces, guitar pieces, I can easily read that. I understand that. But when it comes to actual like pop or rock songs and I'm trying to read the tabs, I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
I get really lost in the sauce. It's weird. I don't know. I think because classical, you're usually picking and it's very clear. I don't know. I see it clear.
It's not just moving from chord to chord to chord to chord. Like
yeah. So I can't really read tabs when it comes to like pop music. Sucks. But you know what? There's always a YouTube. Like we got YouTube and shit. So and also
That's
I
true.
subscribe
YouTube
to
is so
Ultimate
good.
Guitar. Mm-hmm.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, and it was like $10 for the year, but I haven't practiced.
Yeah.
I bought it in December.
Well, you got time to get that.
I got 6 months,
worth.
right?
Yeah.
Wait, how much time do I have? 7.
Is it June, July? Aha!
Well, because we're in month 5, so we got 5 plus 7 is 12.
Duh! Fucking obviously. Wow.
Quick maths.
I don't know why I never think about that. That's fucking stupid. When I think of like what month we're in and how many months left to go, I never think about what number do you write down when you write the date for a given month.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking clue right there.
Michael, I'm concerned for you. You just had this epiphany.
January, February, easy. 1, 2. April, you got 420. September you got 9/11. So it's like you have places throughout the year that you can work backwards or forwards from. Figure that shit
November out. And it's always easy to remember October, November, December.
Yeah. Beginning of the year is easy and end of the year is the middle where you go
middle.
You go, what is May?
I'm like September 8. I'm like, no, just kidding. It's 9/11. Yeah, true. That's funny. But then we got February, that's also Valentine's Day. March is St. Patty's, right? Ew. May is, I don't know. What is in May?
Flowers.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I was like 4th? Spring. Oh, there's that. Cinco de Mayo. Oh, goodness. We are whitewashed, huh? Sheesh. Oh, Frankie just got the Mortal Kombat 11 game.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, 11. He's playing that.
Isn't that one from isn't that old by now?
I think that's the one you have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
I think I got that
When did this Mortal Kombat come out, the game? A while ago, no? A couple years?
Yeah, I want to say maybe 2019.
2019.
Have they done a new one yet?
I don't think they've done a new one, have they?
Huh?
Have
they done one after 11? No.
No, they haven't.
They're working on it, but
okay.
it hasn't come out.
I guess it's one of those ones they updated a lot,
Mm-hmm. Did you watch the Mortal Kombat movie?
No.
I wonder.
I know what it is.
I know, but have you? Did you see the one in the 90s?
No, I watched a YouTube video making fun of that one, and that's a very fun YouTube video. But
you gotta get stupid stoned, and you gotta watch that movie because you're gonna laugh your ass off. It is the worst movie ever made.
I love.
movies
like that. Yeah,
it's so bad. It's good. Pretty much the story of Mortal Kombat, right?
I know that Sub-Zero and Scorpion have the thing where they hate each other because of some shit, and then there's a tournament and they fight. I mean, isn't that pretty much it?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it can get a little specific, with clans and families and backstory, races and species, whatever. So there's that stuff.
The worlds are always merging.
Yeah, some people didn't like the movie.
No way.
I kind of enjoyed it because it was like watching the video game.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
Yeah, it was pretty true to the way they do the video games. They almost made it the cutscenes when they would fight. Yeah. They kind of made their little sayings, and then they'd pose and then they'd fight.
That's what you want.
Exactly. And I
Why
was
do
like,
video
dude,
game movies never do that? They're always like, let's tweak it though. Sonic comes to the real world.
let's
No.
yeah, like they're like, let's make it realistic. And this, like, they even use like in some parts it could be like considered cheesy because they use some exact phrasing, like
Do it.
when
Yeah.
yeah, I know it was good though.
That
Like
sounds
when
good.
Kung Lao at one point fucked someone up, and
Uh-huh.
it was a and he like did his little pose and his little hat thing, and he said flawless victory because it
Oh
was a
yeah.
flawless victory. His
That's
ass didn't
dope.
get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like the graphics, the effects, the costumes, the makeup was all there, and the basic story for the most part was there. And visually it was great. I think watching it was fun because it was like watching it was like watching all the cutscenes in the game and playing
Yeah.
it and
That
seeing it
sounds fun.
play out. So I thought
And
it
the
was
effects are probably good
fun.
now. Like so it's
Yeah, oh my god, not like the first one, Jesus Christ. But dude, actually I want you to watch Mortal Kombat because I want to know your thoughts on that one. Can you do that for me
I can do that. I can do
at
that.
some point?
Yeah.
You're like, let me fit it into my schedule.
Let me fit it into my schedule. I don't know. I'm just so busy.
But also, and to like, you can live update me on that shit because I like hearing your live updates. You're like, okay, first of all, you're like popping off about something. You're like, and I don't even know. And then you'll put it on pause. You'll send me a little voice message. I'll talking shit. Right? Am I wrong?
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Who's your favorite Mortal Kombat character?
I would like to say Katana because my dog's name is Katana.
Sure.
And to be honest, why not? Because she's a bad bitch. She's got some great ass. First of all, her costumes look great all the time. She uses her fucking fan blades, which are awesome. They're great little tools. She's got some good moves. She's fast. She's agile. She's pretty badass. I think she's one of the better characters. And I'm not gonna spoil the movie for you. Actually, let me tell you
Don't
this.
worry about it.
They don't have the katana in the movie.
What?
Yeah,
She's like one of the main ones.
I know, but I think they're gonna introduce her later because this movie, yeah, they already got approved for more movies. So, right. So I think they're gonna introduce her later. The main story that they have going on isn't something that actually happened in the video games, but it's kind of just more like, it seems like a movie they put out to kind of introduce everybody into Mortal Kombat to please the fans that are fans and
but also
love
bring
the way
in like a general audience.
Exactly. That. So it seemed like that's what they were trying to do, and I think that's why some people were upset about it because it didn't follow exact story. But you got to go way back in order to know all that, and I think they'll get into that eventually, though, because Sub-Zero wasn't always just the bad guy kind of thing. It's always been like this rivalry between them. So they're both in the wrong.
I thought Scorpion was the bad guy.
Well, they're both bad, to be honest. Like, all right. They've both fucked each other up, essentially. Right. But in this movie, well, they both fucked each other. And that's why they have this crazy tension.
There's Mortal Kombat porn. There's definitely.
Oh, there is.
So
there
much.
Is. There is. For sure. Don't ask me how I know, but there is. Oh, Lord. For sure. But I want to know what you think about that. Honestly, I want to rewatch it to like absorb it more and just like, I don't know, enjoy it again. It was kind of cool. Like, it was funny. It was fun.
Yeah.
Just a good watch, I think.
Okay, I'll check it out. What's it on?
HBO.
Oh, okay. I don't have HBO right now. I gotta get a login. Do you guys have HBO?
Yeah, Frankie has HBO. Babe, can I give Michael your HBO so he could watch Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, that's right.
So I'll send you. He's super excited. He hasn't watched it yet, and I was telling him how it is kind of like the video games,
Yeah.
And he said, well, yeah, that's what people want. So I'm gonna make him watch it, that way he can let me know what he thinks about it.
Yeah. They might not have it.
You think they don't have it?
Well, they're doing this thing now where they'll put movies on HBO Max that are
Oh
supposed
yeah,
to be
for like
in
a little
theaters,
while. Yeah.
and they'll have them on there for a little bit, and they'll take them off so people can watch them in theaters too.
Well, give me that
So
password
the
anyway,
theaters
so I
still
can
make
watch
their
other
movies,
stuff.
'cause they did that with King Kong.
Oh, huh?
Alright.
What'd you say? What's the last thing you said?
They did it with King
They're-
Kong.
They're just having them on HBO for a short time so people can watch it in theaters.
Yeah, that's what I heard that part there. Well, okay, so we gotta check it out. We'll see. But yeah. Anyway, what else?
Um,
I'm hot.
if you don't say so yourself. Um, yeah, it is hot today. It's been chilly the last while, but today it's
Thanks,
hot.
babe. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've been inside. How was it outside, babe? Was it warm outside? Oh, you said it felt good outside.
Oh shit.
Sometimes we just gotta open up a window that brings in a lot of breeze.
True.
But it's been really gloomy the last week.
I
Like
kind of was
very
digging
cold and gloomy.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's good sleep weather
Mm-hmm.
for sure. I love sleeping in. Today I woke up really early and then I woke up at 7:45, maybe 8.
Nice.
And yeah, but I went back to bed. I was like, I don't need to be up this early. And then I woke up to my boss calling me and telling me about the lady.
Mm.
And she was saying that she was going to email multiple times. And also, she said, I will get her fired.
Good. Classy move.
Very classy. You're having Sonia fight her own daughter? That's rude.
It's the initiation.
That's rude. She beating the fuck out of her.
She's on hard. I can't even.
Oh, are you
I'm
Cassie?
barely landing a blow. Yeah.
Cassie getting her ass beat. Damn, on hard, babe.
Well, you gotta start hard so you get better quick.
I'm gonna start on very easy.
Then you never get better. You got to start like a little bit ahead of where you are. That's easy. He's not
Okay,
wrong.
so I'll start on medium.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
I gotta practice so I could fight his friends. I'll
haven't
never
played
be
video
that good
games in
though. I
so
will
long.
lose. Really?
I should hook up my
What's last
Xbox.
time you
Yeah.
When was the
Like-
last time you played?
I don't know, probably like three months, something like that, at least.
Mm.
A minute.
You play your Justice League and Mortal Kombat still, or what else?
Those sometimes I play zombies. I
Zombies.
was playing Warzone for a while. I would play with Frankie, David, or people.
Oh,
I mean, sometimes when you play with strangers, it's okay, but I prefer playing with someone you know because then you actually talk and you actually coordinate. Whereas half the time, you're like, "So what are we doing, guys?" And then they're just like, You're like, "Why am I playing a team game if you guys aren't gonna be a team?" Like,
you don't want to be a team.
yeah, it's more fun if you do because you actually survive longer and yeah.
Right.
I don't know. My attention span's really short for video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't play for like. I mean, obviously. I'm like, obviously we've all gone on benders where you're like, I just spent the whole weekend glued to the fucking TV, but
I feel that. Yeah, I get on and off of them every so often. I'll be on them for like a few days and then I'll just like kind of not. But I'm gonna in a bit play some Mortal Kombat for sure.
Hey, nice.
I'm like all excited.
Is there cross-platform online for Mortal Kombat?
Good question.
Well, find out because you got Mortal Kombat 11, I got.
Because I'm gonna fight your ass, bitch.
I'll fight you, bitch.
Let me see. How do I look this up? Cross-platform Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 11 cross. I just saw your messages on Instagram.
I don't remember what I said.
You said hop on horror.
Oh, well, yeah.
Mortal Kombat 11 cross.
Oh,
I can't fight Frankie. He's too good.
Oh, yeah.
He's beating his friend's ass already. Oh. Wait, okay, so I see this right here. This was from November 10th, 2020. Says NetherRealm Studios has announced that Mortal Kombat 11's cross-platform multiplayer is going to become cross-generation on November 17th. The option can be toggled in settings to play casual matches with players on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series XS, and Xbox One.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So basically, what we just go to settings?
You might need to do it generationally, but I think we might be able to play just. Yeah, you might have to do something in settings, but I think it should be.
What's generationally mean?
So like PS4, PS5, those are different generations.
Right.
But it's cross-platform, so it means PlayStation can play with Xbox. So we might have to enable the generation thing. But that's no issue. That's fun.
Okay.
We'll have to do that.
Alrighty. Yeah, we'll figure that out too. We'll be fighting each other.
Hell yeah, bro.
My fingers are all going crazy.
Do you have a guru this week?
This week, nobody, to be honest. I haven't heard of anybody new this week. No, not this week. Not a guru for this week. What about you?
I don't know if I've said this already. I was gonna go with Ricky Gervais.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
Because yeah, I like he's funny. I like that he focuses on the awkwardness of life, and I love whenever he shows how silly people are when they try to be cool. Because that's a good reminder for all of us. Because I think in America and England especially, I don't know as much about other places, but I know that in those two cultures, it can be, especially America, it can be easy to walk around thinking that life is a movie and you're the protagonist. And you're like, yeah, they did it in a movie, so that means it's fine. No.
Yeah.
Take the fucking leather jacket off. Be a person. Like, you know?
True.
And I love that. And I also like, he does what a lot of writers do really well, where he kind of puts a little bit of himself into his characters in a way that I think is very effective.
Right.
And he's ethically pretty solid, which is cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And I like when he tells Hollywood to go fuck themselves at the Golden Globes. That's always fun.
Nice. That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, here, let's see. I guess, well, I do have a story that I think is pretty great about someone who did something great. So there's this old case that was unsolved for 25 years, and the guy has just been arrested last month, actually, in San Pedro, where I lived.
Yeah.
Little Frankie's house, kind of by his house. Okay. And this guy was finally arrested because Chris Lambert, who I guess is a musician, and I know what his name sounds familiar, but I don't know what from.
Okay.
But he started a podcast called In Your Own Backyard, and it basically brought up new evidence and witnesses that were really brushed aside. This murder investigation was really not handled correctly. And cadaver dogs were like smelling shit in different locations, different houses, meaning that Kristen Smart's body was being moved around through different, locations.
Chris Lambert is just all it comes up when you Google him is singer-songwriter, and then that podcast you're talking about. It might sound familiar because of Adam Lambert.
Right. I know Adam Lambert.
Singer person.
There's also like a Miranda Lambert, isn't there?
No. There's no Miranda Lambert. Those are the only two Lamberts. Anyway,
in the whole single one.
The whole continue.
And Miranda Lambert's also a singer-songwriter.
All these is that even their real name? Is that like some kind of singer-songwriter joke where they're like,
right? I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. Country. Anyway, so
gross.
True.
Does sound like a country name. I'm Lambert. The Lambert family been here generations.
What do you want from me? Anyway, so That's Adam Lambert. So anyway, they yeah, it was just this case was just so sad. But it's been almost 25 years and they finally arrested him. They have enough evidence to finally arrest him. And it took so long because, first of all, the campus police took care of the case and they didn't do shit. They didn't report it to the local police until, it was really too late. I mean, I think it was too late since the first night because she went disappearing that night. She was highly intoxicated and she was with this creep who was known for like getting handsy with girls. But yeah, I think the crazy thing is that I didn't really realize how local it was because this happened up in Cal Poly, like, at the Cal Poly University. But the house was raided 2 years ago in Pedro, and that's when I was living over there for sure. Damn. And he was just arrested last month. But the officers and detectives, no one has released any information as to what the evidence is that they really found on him to finally arrest him. They always suspected it was him, but they never had enough evidence to. Some of the evidence was just totally mishandled and disappeared somehow, which I don't understand how that happens. Like, how fucking negligent do you have to be as a detective or an officer, or and this stuff happens all the time, the sad thing. But yeah, and I thought that was crazy how it's pretty much like a little local story in a sense. And yeah crazy shit.
That is really crazy.
Also, another very crazy thing that I kind of I don't want to look into it too much because it is so unnerving. But I watched another video that was about Johnny Gosh, which is a kid that went missing and is presumed to be alive. And they think that he was taken into a pedophile ring. And those things are very fucking just disturbing. It's just awful. I mean, it's just awful. Jesus. Upsetting stuff, and it's good to know about these things because it happens, and a lot of kids go missing and we don't know where they go and we never find their remains. But Jesus, I mean, it's just all bad, So I try not to, I read an article last night and then I was like, I can't do anymore. Like, I just couldn't because it was too heavy. Some things are just way too heavy. And, I can handle a lot of stuff, but when it comes to that,
it's a good
hurting innocent children.
Draw the line in terms of the content you're consuming. Yeah, fuck, man.
But that stuff is very real. Like, and I think a lot of it has to do this particular case, Johnny Gosh. There are some theories that police officers had something to do with it, and there was some sort of corruption because he was seen earlier the day before. He was at a baseball game, and none of the reports tell you this, but this happened. Like, a couple people could tell you, like witnesses saw this happen, that they saw a police officer talking with him the first time when he went like kind of missing. The parents were like, where'd he go? They saw a police officer talking to him. And then he later said he was going to go to the bathroom or something. He came back, or he didn't come back. The mom went to go look for him again and saw him underneath the bleachers talking with the same officer.
Wow.
And it was like, why is this officer singling out a kid and talking to him? No adult should be talking to a child like that anyway.
No,
I mean, and
shouldn't be talking to the police without representation ever.
Right. A 12-year-old boy. And then the next day he was on his paper route. He went missing. He went on his route, which he always went on with his father. But he left early in the morning. For some reason, he went alone. Some guy in a car tried to talk to him. There were witnesses that saw it. And then after that guy pulled off, he felt really weird. The boy was very scared, Johnny Gosh. he felt a weird vibe. He said something to one of the other boys that was around. They saw him walking. They saw that guy pull off in his cart, and then two men come out of a house and follow him. And then he disappeared.
That's
And
fucking
he's been
scary.
missing for like, who knows, 38 years, 30 something years or something.
Okay. So that's
like, they think he's alive because there was this one guy. There was one guy who came forward. Look, there was one guy who came forward. They say he's not credible because he has DID, but he knew some things that no one else knew. He knew a lot of things nobody else knew.
Yeah, I'm not gonna weigh in either way on his credibility. But keep in mind that those two things could coexist, being not credible and knowing things that no one else knows, which makes it difficult to.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, but he had like some information that literally like the location of where he was kidnapped. Like nobody else would have known these things. Like his body marks. He had like a burned tongue. He had a scar like hidden on his body. He knew all these things about him.
Right.
He knew that he had a stutter, like things that nobody knew but his family.
Yeah.
But of course he's not considered a credible witness, and he said he helped abduct him and that he was also in the pedophile ring with other children, and that they were forced to abduct the children and do a bunch of things, which I'm sure happened, to be honest. And you see him just totally break down when he went to he showed them to the old house where they were kept in, and there were initials down in the basement of boys' initials, their names carved into the walls and stuff like that. Chains, stuff like that. And he just totally broke down, I mean, I don't know how the fact that he even did that, like went there and showed them and, allowed a camera crew to be there for that was, I mean, that's so very brave, to go through that kind of stuff and then revisit that place where you were tortured and filmed and et cetera, et cetera. Horrifying
Really
stuff.
horrifying.
Yeah. So crazy shit out in this world. We got to be careful. And, honestly, like I feel for those kids and those parents, a lot of ugly stuff happens that we don't even see.
Yeah. And there's a balance because I think, burying your head in the sand is what most people do. They go, it's fine. And truth is, it's not fine. But then also fixating on it can make you very paranoid and fearful and isolationist and sick and can stop you living your life. But I think it's important to have some level of awareness of what's going on. Jesus.
Yeah, true. And I mean, I understand why my mom was so afraid of like me being alone at any given moment or going to anybody's house. Like she would not let me go to anyone's house. Usually only if there were single moms and she met them.
Sure.
But even like, usually if they had a dad, I wasn't allowed over. And except for, my one friends that were very, very much not weirdo creepos, none of that. And that was the only like male person I was allowed to be around. He was cool. Not a creep, but there's a lot of creeps out there.
Yeah.
A lot of creeps. So yeah, I mean, I feel like, I would also be overprotective as a parent too.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to kill your child's independence, but you definitely want to know where they're at and you want to have an eye on them.
Yeah.
That shit happens within seconds.
It does. And I think that is important, but you can't completely
control everything
in a tower. You can't control everything.
Right.
I think yeah, you want to be protective and all that, but I think just as important is making sure that your kid has awareness, um, and a certain amount of resiliency and the
And I
ability to
think,
act.
yeah. And like my mom, when I was younger too, she really told me about these things. She was like, look, people take kids and they do bad things to them.
Yeah.
So you need to watch, like, stranger danger. She goes, but not just that. She's like, you have to look around everywhere all the time and
Yeah.
know when there's like danger. And when you feel something wrong, just run.
And that's where
That's it.
intuition, we overpower intuition to
Mhm.
be polite so often.
True. Just like this podcast that I listen to, My Favorite Murder, they always say fuck politeness. Like,
Really though.
you feel something, fuck it. You don't have to be polite. You can say no. And it's
And
true.
it's
You
also
gotta think that.
understanding that if your intuition is correct and not being polite does provoke them in the moment, as much as you don't want to provoke them and for the bad thing to happen, you would rather it happen here and now than them take you somewhere and it happen.
Mhm.
It's like,
True.
if someone's like, get in the car or I'm going to shoot you, shoot me. I don't want to go where we're going.
Literally. And then there's witnesses everywhere. That's what I
Yeah.
think about too. I mean, you're definitely, when something like that happens, you're definitely in a state of panic and you're like, oh my God, I gotta go with this person.
You got to go with
but
you got to
when
obey the authority or whatever.
and
Yeah.
you're not thinking in the moment, you're not rationalizing. But if I always try to keep in mind, if someone threatens me with a gun and there's witnesses around, I might as well get shot. You know what I mean? Like,
It depends on the situation. Again, it depends.
And if there's a lot of people around, come on, that person ain't gonna get very far.
They fucking might, first of all. But yeah.
They might run, but they'll have a bunch of people that'll see what they look like, what they were wearing, and what they shot me with.
Yes, but also they might very well still get away with it. People get away with this shit a lot more than we would like to think. Yeah, my therapist broke it down in a really good way. She was like, if you're robbed or anything like that, or even attacked, go with your path of least resistance instinct. So for instance, if you're getting attacked, covering your head, being defensive maneuvers, things like that, that's what you want to focus on. If you're being robbed, give them all your shit, just whatever, immediately. If someone starts trying to move you, game day, just go all out, just whatever, throw everything in the kitchen sink at it, and if it goes bad, it's better than if it goes the way they want it to go. 100%. Which I think is a good way of breaking it down, because then you at least kind of what you're looking for, basically, in terms of how to respond.
True. Yeah. It's hard though. In the moment, you go fight or flight, really.
Or freeze.
And everyone's built differently. So yeah, fight, flight, or freeze. So.
Or frenzy. That's another one that my therapist broke down. And she was like, the part where you just go ape shit, where if they're trying to move you, that's frenzy. Doesn't matter if you're being accurate or not. You fucking kick and scream and blah, 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 blah. Like, you just don't worry about fucking technique. Instead, you're not throwing punches. You're just doing whatever. Just
act crazy.
Act crazy as fuck. True. Go animal.
Yeah. Because they don't want attention brought to them.
Yeah, and even if what you're doing is not ultimately effective in terms of violence, it might just be enough of a hassle to save your life.
Literally. Yeah. True. A lot of those people look for weaker people that they think are not going to fight or, cause a scene.
Yeah.
Submissive.
Yeah. Causing a scene. That's really a big part of the polite thing too. People are scared of being impolite, but more than that, they're scared of causing a scene. The embarrassment of that, of being in either party responsible for a scene being caused. Yeah, you gotta have good boundaries with yourself to know, like, no, you are allowed to cause a scene.
100%.
You really are.
Yeah, boundaries are really hard. Boundaries are really, really hard. We're always afraid of what someone's going to think or do if we say or do this. And it's like, that really shouldn't matter. We have to put ourselves first, what we feel is right for ourselves.
Yeah.
In that moment when we feel like we're being pushed
Yeah. It's
It is a really hard thing to do. I don't know why it's so fucking hard, but it is one of the bigger challenges.
Yeah.
Of being human, I guess, existing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know. And I was something else I was talking about with my therapist. I'm constantly amazed at how comfortable women feel existing. Because I'm paranoid enough as myself, and I've got a leg up on like any woman that doesn't do CrossFit and martial arts and shit. Which is not even a brag. It's just that's the science of it. Something random. I'll cut this. I was hooking up with this girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were doing that kind of play wrestling thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, it was fun, but it was also, it kind of reminded me like, oh yeah, the strength level that I'm putting myself to, where I'm like, I have no strength right now compared to dudes. Compared to women, it was like, I was not even breaking a sweat. I got both your arms with one hand, bitch. Like, and again, it's playful.
Sure.
It's not quite the same as a life or death thing, but that's just the reality of sexual dimorphism, where it's like, even if it doesn't seem like that, that's how it is. And so it was like, fuck. So if it's this terrifying being a weak man in the world, what the fuck is it like being any woman except for the very few who know some crazy Ronda Rousey shit? Like, fuck, dude. Like, it's crazy to me that any of y'all go anywhere alone, especially after night. Like, I'll just walk back to my car. Bitch, what? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
You got a gun?
No. I don't even got my keys on me. No.
Right? Like, that's
my
just
whistle.
wild, dude.
True. I mean, yeah, you're aware of the signs that you need to be aware about, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all you can do.
Yeah, you just roll the fucking dice. It's wild.
Yeah. Just hope for the best. Hope I don't get harassed today, groped,
all the
touched,
way up to all the
kidnapped, raped.
Whatever worse shit. Yeah, it's like that's fucking insane. And I don't think guys really appreciate that that stress is something that like all girls live with at the least from the start of puberty onwards for the rest of their life. Like until maybe they're old. But I mean even then, but like fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, it was very scary for me, like I guess growing up. And then also the fact that sometimes it ain't even people outside of the home.
No, well that's something crazy too. How fucking tough are women? Where like I don't like living in the same vicinity as sketchy, strong dudes. I'm like, nah, he's stronger than me, so he has the capability to overpower me, and he's sketchy. That's enough for me to be like, I don't want to. I'm good. I don't want to hang out with him. Some women that's their type. They're like, I like someone who makes me feel like I'm in danger. You're fucking crazy. What? Like,
yeah.
How do you deal with that? Like, you're like, I think I want to date this guy who might kill me. Like, that's fucking insane.
I know. They got issues. Those people had issues since they were young, though.
I guess, honestly. Yeah. But I mean, that's a thing. That's like obviously on the extreme ends, it's not that common. But the bad boy thing is a very common one, and that's wild.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's that thing like maybe women think they could change the bad boy.
Or I guess if there's a certain amount of trust, the bad boy can protect you.
That part.
So you want a bear that's on your side.
I need to get my tattoo touched up. Touched up.
It looks good though.
Yeah, from on camera. It's all wiggly.
Mine is healing. It's been scabbing over.
Oh wow, that's pretty dark. It looks very dark.
It is.
Well, you're very pale,
dark.
so
that's true.
Which is good because that means if you ever do want to have a colorful piece on you, those colors will just come out great
I
because
thought about that, yeah, because I mostly want to do like just like
teal
black,
is
but
beautiful. Yeah.
I think
I
reds
mean, to
look
have
good
one
too.
piece.
Yeah.
Reds are the hardest to remove though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, if you ever did want to like, you know,
Yeah.
but red would be very vibrant, but I feel like teal or purple on you would look great. I mean, I love the purple on me. That's not, and I'm
That's a good
supposedly
one.
darker
You're
skin.
darker. Yeah.
The purple is beautiful though. I love the purple. I'm obsessed.
I would have to. Yeah, I'd have to think about what colors I want to get.
Mm-hmm.
There's one I want to get that's like you know, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
No,
You know. If you want,
I don't know anything.
you can Google it. The cover of the book has got this little dude who's like a little. It's like a little smiley face with arms, and he's got like some tourist shit, and he's like ah, and it's like a little green kind of thing.
Oh, so you get green?
Maybe I was initially gonna get it like just a gray version, but maybe I could do that one actually in the color it's supposed to be.
What's it called? Hitchhiker's Guide to what?
The Galaxy.
To the Galaxy.
It's good. It's a funny. It's like it was written by this British dude in like I think like the 60s or 70s. It's like it's kind of goofy sci-fi shit.
Oh, this green ball.
Yeah, dude, I love that.
That's crazy. What the hell is that?
I love it. Yeah, it's like it's that very kind of dry British humor. So there's this. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a book that the characters use. It's like an electronic book, basically a tablet, which is funny when sci-fi authors hypothetically come
predict
up with something
the future?
that actually exists. But they have this tablet that basically tells them about the universe that guides them on their hitchhiking. And the entry for Earth just says harmless. And then and one of the guys is very upset with this, and he asks this alien guy, he's like, come on, what is this? And he's like, oh, well, I'm gonna update it, don't worry. And he's like, oh, what's the update? And he's like, mostly harmless. He's like, that's great.
Sounds about right. Well, not in today's. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
it's all bad.
And if I'm trying to tell the truth, it's all bad.
That
you know that song, JID?
No.
I can't wait for concerts start happening.
Right.
The next one I'm looking for, I'm expecting that J. Cole is going to announce a tour at some point. And I've never seen him live, and I feel like
damn, that'd be
that's
crazy.
Going to be something that's going to happen less and less over time.
Expensive.
Yeah, not to be in shitty seats, but I mean, yeah, it'll probably be still more. It won't be like Boss or JID where it was like $20 for a ticket,
That was badass.
Honestly, whatever. It'll be an experience, and I'll be like, I saw J. Cole once. Like, I'll shell out for that. I'll save up for that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's good.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
Well, what else has happened? I mean,
I think that's pretty much it.
That's our catch up for the week, our little catch up.
Yeah. We gotta prep more topics and segments and shit. It's just been busy as fuck.
Yeah, I've been lazy. I know there's stuff that's been going on, but it's also like what's interesting. I follow this person, Ventralis Golden or Ventralis Gold on Instagram, and this person has started to kind of educate like his followers in a sense about all the old like statues and basically religious figures from different religions from different parts of the world, and I think that's super cool. So I've been kind of like looking at that, and it's all very long and a lot of symbolism and stuff like that, but I also think it's interesting to look at every once in a while. It's pretty interesting, what people believed in and how that stuff has evolved, very interesting, just interesting shit, But yeah, I mean, we'll prepare more stuff to talk about. Maybe I have we'll do a little segment on. I'll talk about like one of the different gods or something.
That would be
Something like that.
cool.
Well, did you finish your tea?
I did.
Good. What
Tea's
kind
all
of tea were
gone.
you sipping on?
Some well, I was gonna say some caffeineless, but it's no, some decaffeinated just lemon green tea.
You could say caffeine free too. I'll accept that.
I had some no caffeine, some caffeine nicks, some
What are you
sans
saying at this point?
sans caffeino.
You're annoying. Sans caffeino. Well, that was the tea for today.
Sin caffeine. Whatever caffeine is in Spanish.
I can't think of the word. No, I think it's caffeine.
Caffeine?
Let me Google that.
Sounds like
sometimes
it.
I have to Google words while I'm talking to guests. I'm like, how do you say? And then I'll just be like, give me one sec.
How you say?
I'm like, I should know, right? But I don't. Yeah, caffeina.
Caffeina. Like
Caffeina.
cocaine. Caffeine.
No, because it's an E.
But it has the same like ain, like the.
No. Caffeina.
Caffeina.
Yes, you got it.
Yeah. Yeah, but
You
that's
were
how
saying
they say.
caffeina.
Oh, caffeina.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how they say like cocaina too. Cocaine, like where they. I've seen Narcos. I can't. You know what though? My problem with that show is you gotta focus, like, because you gotta read the subtitles the whole time. So it's like if I go on my phone once, I miss the whole scene, and I'm like, I gotta fucking restart this.
True.
I need to be focused on it. Anyway, sorry, you're
can't relate.
Can't relate because you fucking speak. You get it. You speak Spanish, so you don't. Yeah.
Get on your Duolingo, bitch.
I've been on my Duolingo. It's been fun.
Good.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Well.
All right.
Say bye, Frankie.
Tea with peace. Later, Frankie.
Tea with peace.
Yeah.
Stay golden, pony boy.
Stay golden, pony boy. Oh my god. Alrighty. Well, we'll figure out a time to play on this shit and everything too on Mortal Kombat. So.
Yeah.
All right. Take care of yourself.
Flawless podcast.
You dummy. Hey, bye.